Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home, and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. I'm Chrislyn, Lashington. In the headlines, NDC political leader warns that the increase in flour and poultry feed will have dire consequences for several sectors. ECCU moves to adopt 2 new frameworks for the banking sector. Successful low-income house applicants to pay more to secure homes. Today we highlight the Grenada National Dove as part of Grenada's independence and its history. Trellona Charles is here to fill us in on sports and international headlines.
Tonight and around the globe, Venezuela rejects statements made by Guyana's president about border issues, and the schools will remain open in Antigua and Barbuda despite rising COVID cases. In sports, Volcanoes batsman speaks about the team's experience training in Grenada, and Grenada's Preston McSween makes his return to the CG Super 50 Cup.
Details right after this message.
Hi, I'm Francis Urias Peters. I'm a good listener, and K105 has always been a great source of education and entertainment. Now, while the station name may have changed over the years, it has always provided valuable information which enabled me as a playwright to document and to celebrate our history, our behavior, and our achievements. K105 is my choice. It's the national station.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Interim political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Adrian Thomas, says he is greatly concerned by Monday's announcement that Caribbean agro-industries will be increasing prices on feed, flour, and other products by Wednesday. He says there will be dire consequences for several sectors, as well as additional burden together with the ongoing pandemic. Thomas was speaking on GBN's To The Point program. Gerard Joseph has that story.
Adrian Thomas, interim political leader of the National Democratic Congress, believes every household will be affected by Caribbean agro-industry's decision to pass on the production cost of flour and animal feed to consumers. He foresees pig production costs drastically increasing, with hog feed to rise by 12%, which will in turn increase the price for barbecue pork and meat on the local market. All other feed that covers rabbits, small ruminants are expected to increase by 16%.
I want to ask this government to really and truly engage Caribbean Agro-Industry Limited and see how we can mitigate this crisis that will be coming here. People, sometimes you don't get the impact instantly, but I can tell you the bread will be going up because the bakery will not buy the flour for more money and then sell it at the same price. So people can expect that to rise also.
Thomas highlights the increase in international grain prices are directly related to the pandemic, which by itself has brought its own challenges.
The rippling effect is that a lot of some of the business places, the poultry farms, if the guys cannot afford to buy the feed from outside of Grenada and bring in their own feed, it means that they might be closing their farms. And when you close your farm, you're out of business. You have you have employees who will be affected, and they might have to go home. More crisis.
He says serious engagements in alternatives to flour need to be pursued immediately.
And there comes the call blossom, the importance of agriculture in our sector. A simple thing like the grains and the market. Grains we don't produce, we don't cultivate. What happens in the international market? In other words, they catch a cold and we are the ones sneezing in Grenada, and it shows how important it is that we have to do some serious consideration in terms of giving agriculture the kind of priority that it needs to, so that when these things happen, we don't have to worry, because we have the dasheen, the breadfruit, the banana in abundance, and we have to do the kind of research that we can convert these things into making bread and all the necessary other products we make from flour.
Recently in Parliament, Senator Roderick St. Clair had advocated for an end to the monopoly held by Caribbean Agro Industries, which was supported by Senator Christopher Diali. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
Their doors are closed and customers are angry as RBTT Bank Grenada Limited has been unable to meet the needs of their clients for the past 2 days due to staff calling in sick. Rena Pear has more in this report.
Customers of the RBTT Bank Grenada are upset and angry that they are unable to access their monies at any of the bank's ATM or its main office on Wall Street, Grandans, St. George. The past 2 days, the Grandans branch has been closed with a notice placed at the bank door apologizing for any inconveniences. These two customers expressed how tiresome the past 2 days have been for them, especially at month end with bills to pay.
Well, yesterday I came to use the teller machine. Right, it's my bank. Right, that's where I do all my business. Right, I couldn't get access to any funds. Right, because the teller was saying that it's turned off temporarily. Right, so I came back today again, and it's the same thing. Right, so nobody's in the branch. Right, and the teller machine is still offline. So I can't get access to any funds or anything like that. Right, so it's affecting me because I need to do things. Right, and it's my main bank. Right, that's where I have my savings and everything. So I know the situation is very, it's disturbing because, it holds up business and persons like me who have things to do. I can't get access to my funds, right?
I need to get some money to pay whoever to pay, and they close down and I can't get anything, So at least they should give some notice to the people, say what's happening, so I can understand how they could do this type of thing without notifying people, It's a terrible situation here.
GBN learned that most of the workers called in sick on Monday and Tuesday, crippling the operations of the bank. In recent weeks, union representative of the Workers, Technical and Allied Workers Union, and the management of RBTT has been in negotiations following RBC Financial Caribbean announcement of the selling of its operations in the Eastern Caribbean, which includes RBTT Grenada Limited. Labour Commissioner Cyrus Griffith recently ruled in the favor of TAU, acknowledging the right of the workers to exercise the option to be terminated and receive severance pay in keeping with the collective labor agreement between the bank and the Technical and Allied Workers Union. President General of TAU, Andre Lewis, says the bank is now trying to scheme its way out of this ruling.
The union with the shop stewards and the company met on Friday gone, and the company is very clear. According to them, although they are selling, it's not a sale. So there's no change in ownership, and that can't make sense. So they're trying to find a way to scheme out of the aspect of successor employer, where once the ownership change, that the employees of the former employer has the option to continue the new employer or seek termination allowance and be paid termination allowance. The bank is coming up with something that I don't think anyone would be capable of understanding, only to safely say that they are trying by all means to try to frustrate the workers. And that happened on Friday, And it is quite understandable, based on the report that I've had, that given the developments, the workers are not feeling well.
Lewis says that his union is always willing and ready to work along with the bank to resolve this issue. But it seems the bank no longer values its workers and customers in this country. For GBN News, I am Rena Peh reporting.
The Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, ECCU, is adopting 2 new frameworks for the strengthening of regulation, supervision, and practices of banks. The ECCU performs the role of regulator for banks here in Grenada and the rest of the currency union. These are global standards designed to enhance the resilience of the financial system in the ECCU. More details in this report.
The new frameworks for banks under the ECCU require adequate capital for the risk faced and are tailored for the unique circumstances in the region. Basel is a global standard for capital adequacy of banks, which is a reserve of financial resources that banks set aside to buffer against losses in times of difficulties. Financial stability is one of the main objectives of the guideline outlined in the Basel framework. Milton David of ECCB Supervision Department is the lead for the implementation team of Basel 2 and 3.
It allows better risk capital alignment. We are going to be matching the level of capital banks are required to hold with the level of risk that they face. If we can do that, if we can match as banks to hold a certain amount of capital based on the risk that they face, we will have better capitalized banks. If we have better capitalized banks, we'll have more financial stability. If we have greater financial stability, that will certainly enhance the reputation of the ECCB as a financial, the ECCU as a financial and banking jurisdiction.
He says the framework assists banks in keeping their risk low and covers more risk than ever before. David explains what the implementation will mean for banks.
You have implications at the governance level for the board and senior management. We have implications for their risk management systems, and then you have implications for them having supporting systems for implementation. At the board level, the board is expected to set the tone. They are the one who leads the organization. The board, we have explained, need to have basic knowledge of Basel. They need to understand why the central bank is implementing the framework, what are the benefits, and most importantly, what implication it has for their respective institutions.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The actions of human beings and climate change continue to have a detrimental effect on the marine areas in the Caribbean. As a result, several islands have implemented marine protected areas within their waters to protect the flora and fauna which contribute to our ecosystem. The Sandy Island Oysterbed Marine Protected Area in Carriacou is no exception. Details in this report.
The Sandy Island Oysterbed Marine Protected Area, which comprises of a total of 787 hectares, starts about half mile off the coast of Hillsborough and includes Sandy Island, Sister Rocks, Maboya, and the oyster beds in Tyrrell Bay. Sandy Island is a hotspot for both locals and tourists, but there are many restrictions in place as the MPA aims to lower the human impacts on the marine environment and provide benefits to both fisheries and conservation by protecting the coral reefs and all organisms within the area. Manager of the Marine Protected Area, Mitch Sylvester, said the MPA has been essential in preventing overfishing and the destruction of the coral reefs in the area.
If there is no regulations, fishermen will just be allowed to just overfish, do what they want, destroy the coral reefs. There's, like, for example, the parrotfish is a fish we're trying to lobby with the lawmakers to put a ban on it because that's the fish that really protect the reef. And if fishermen is allowed to just hold all the parrotfish, the reef is going to die. So we have to protect the reefs, the seabeds, and also the oyster bed.
He said getting the park to where it is now was not without its struggles, as the fishermen of nearby fishing communities felt it was interfering with their livelihoods.
Initially, when the no fishing was implemented, the fishermen did not accept it. It was seen as a threat to the livelihood, as the They've been fishing all their lifetime, and they were not given an alternative way of living.
Sylvester said they have since come to a compromise, which has reduced harmful practices and allowed the natural environment to flourish.
There was negotiations, and then it was agreed that seine fishing will be the only form of fishing allowed within the park.
Yeah.
And that is with the use of nets. So like if you're holding like jacks and other fish like that, so you use your net. Only net fishing or seine fishing is allowed within the park.
Other marine protected areas around the state of Grenada include the Woburn-Clarks Court Bay, the Molyneux-Bouchejou area, and the Grand Anse area. While visiting these sites, all are reminded to be mindful of the regulations and avoid littering. Trellona Charles, GBN News.
Sandy Island is beautiful. This is news at 7. Coming up, successful low-income house applicants to pay more to secure homes. Stay with us.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The National Celebrations Committee invites all Grenadians, home and abroad, to tune in to the broadcast of the virtual staging of our 47th anniversary of Independence Cultural Extravaganza on Saturday, February 6th, and Military Parade on Sunday, February 7th. Live from the National Cricket Stadium on GIS Channel 22, National Celebrations Committee, and GIS Facebook pages and YouTube channels. The Cultural Extravaganza begins at 6 p.m. and will showcase the best of Grenada from all parishes under the theme Brighter Out of Darkness. Then on Sunday we return to the National Stadium at 9:30 a.m. for a special Made in Grenada feature and military parade. Happy 47th Grenada, rebuilding together a safer, more resilient nation in these challenging times.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, easy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Ooh. we can do. Rise with no wings, fly. Rise and we're so high, enjoy the view. Rise, look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
She loves me. She loves me not.
She loves me.
Sunday, February 14th from 6 p.m.
Get set for another massive Waggity Virtual Bingo.
The Valentine's edition.
This time you can win a whopping $15,000. Tickets are $15 for one or two for $25. Now that's a Valentine's special. In Grenada, tickets are available at gotofet.com
or numerous box offices island-wide.
If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofet.com. This is a special day,
so you and your Valentine can enjoy all the fun and excitement in the comfort of your home.
Sunday, February 14th,
Valentine's Day.
Play Waggity Virtual Bingo.
The new way to play.
Bingo. Need tools? Then take advantage today on 20% off on all tools, lights, and sanitary fixtures in LA Purcell Independent Sale. Plus, get 15% off on appliances, furniture, and electronics. LA Purcell is bringing independence to you for 2 weeks from January 29th to February 12th. More reasons to celebrate independence. What are you waiting for? Visit our stores on Granby Street or River Road today. See your favorite LA today. Cash if you have it or credit if you want it. Happy Independence Grenada from LA Purcell.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Government is promising successful applicants for Chinese low-income houses that the challenges experienced in previously built housing settlements will not occur. That's according to Minister for Social Development and Housing, Delma Thomas. She was addressing members of the media on Tuesday. Details in this report.
Residents of the Lakalom housing settlement, as well as the first phase Chinese low-income housing projects, have been plagued with sewer issues and a lack of adequate plumbing facilities for a long time. To ensure these issues are not repeated, government said it ensured the involvement of the utility companies during the construction stage of phase 2 of the project.
All Nawasa was involved as it relates to the plumbing and sewer system. Grenlec was involved as it relates to the electrical and installation. So the issues that we had with the first site are not present with this site, because we had all the experts being there present, working along with the Ministry of Infrastructure, our engineers, and so we are confident from where we sit that some of these challenges we had in the past will not be there with us.
Minister Thomas delved into the cost associated with ownership of the homes. That was not a component in the first phase. She says they will ensure that a management committee is in place for the new facilities.
At what happened in the first phase, so this phase we have incorporated in terms of the price that you pay while it's a gift. We have 45% of the cost price, and that will include the insurance and security fees. So one of the things that the fee tier that we saw wasn't in the first site, and we had a number of conflicts, was security. And so the people now will be paying in terms of the fee to have security and maintenance costs.
Minister Thomas provided an update on the facilities with the completion and distribution of 3 housing units planned for the end of February 2021.
The phase as it relates to the Chinese low-income houses, completion phases of 3 sites is well on its way. We have St. Patrick's there, we have St. Mark, and we have Carrico. At present, a team from the ministry is now in Carrico with the Chinese looking at finalization of work there. They are finalizing water connection and electrical connection. In the next couple of weeks, those 3 sites will be available. St. Mark, St. Patrick, and Carrico will be completed. In April, we'll see the completion of St. David, and Boucher in St. George will be completed by July.
Phase 2 of the project started in January 2018 with a total of 647 housing units being constructed at 5 locations across the country, inclusive of Carriacou. The first phase, with 353 housing units, was handed over in 2014. Meanwhile, without giving a set date for the problem to be addressed, Minister Thomas says a Lakalom issue will be dealt with.
Lakalom sewer system. So while the Lakalom sewer system was never under the Housing Authority of Grenada, it was never mandated by them, as a government, we have that social responsibility to provide assistance and to deal with those issues of health and safety for our people. And so Cabinet would have mandated that Housing Authority, together with NAWASA, work to fix or alleviate the issue or the problem as it relates to sewer in Lakalom. And so I have spoken directly to the manager of Housing Authority, and so they will be working along with NAWASA to urgently tackle that issue of the sewer problem in the Lakalom area.
Chrislyn John, GBN News.
During this week leading up to Grenada's 47th anniversary of independence on February 7th, every day the GBN will highlight one aspect of our independence and its history. Tonight, we focus on the Grenada dove, Grenada's national bird.
The Grenada dove, scientific name Leptotilla wellsi, is found only on the island of Grenada. Originally known as the pea dove or Wells dove, it is the national bird of Grenada. It is considered to be one of the most critically endangered doves in the world. The Grenada dove is characterized by a white throat, face and forehead pale pink, shading to dull brown on its crown and nape. Its upper parts olive brown, underwing chestnut, neck and upper breast pink, fading to white on the lower breast, belly, and undertail feathers. Very little is known about this species. Results of point count surveys conducted during research associated with the Grenada Dry Forest Ecosystem Protection Project indicate very low numbers of the dove immediately following Hurricane Ivan. Much of the global population lives within 2 protected areas, Mount Hartman National Park and Buseju Dove Sanctuary, formerly known as Perseverance. Since the late 1990s, estimates of the total population have ranged from 100 to 182. Surveys in 2013 produced an estimate of approximately 160 based on detections of 33 calling males, about half in Mount Hartman National Park. The dove is classified as critically endangered by BirdLife International. This is because it has an extremely small and fragmented population that has declined owing to habitat loss and fragmentation caused by hurricanes, fire, and clearance for tourism, industry, residential housing, and roads, as well as grazing and predation by invasive species. In late 2006, information was released stating that the government intended to sell a portion of Mount Hartman Estate to a private promoter for development as a tourist resort. BirdLife International and other international organizations questioned the safety of the bird sanctuary. The original development plan for the resort included 255 villas, a hotel, and an 18-hole golf course. Due to pressure from opponents of the development, the plan for the resort was reduced from 255 villas to 173, although the hotel and golf course were retained. In our reflection on our 47th year of independence, let us think of ways that we can preserve the population of our national bird. For GBN News, Beverly Tellisford.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trellona Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. From Wednesday, 3rd February 2021, the price of flour and agricultural products made and distributed by the Caribbean Agro Industries Limited will increase.
Baking flour shall increase 10%, counter flour shall increase 12%, poultry feed shall be increased 6%, hog feed shall be increased 12%, all other feeds shall be increased 16%.
Our viewers shared their concerns about the sudden increase. Paula commented, "Don't you see what is going on? Grenadians love politicians more than themselves. The situation in our country is eating them up inside, but they won't speak out. They are afraid their child won't get an e-money work or be put in some schools spraying hands. High taxes, no increase of salaries, etc. And the youths fall victim to politicians." Darrell commented, "Why are the poultry farmers struggling? This is a food source that should have some COVID support dollars from those millions of dollars not distributed to the public as they should have been. Why should they struggle when chicken is being imported from Belize? This is stupid. Demand an accounting from your government. 55 million USD was given to Grenada for COVID assistance. COVID, not Grenlec. Demand answers." Another individual commented, "Flow, Nawasa, Caribbean Agro. These are the organizations the government should be going after to ensure citizens get value for money. But no, it's Grenlec, the best-run company they wanted to beat up on." And Alistair commented, "Flour and poultry products are increasing. What we paid $5 for in 2020, we will be paying $9 or $10 for in 2021, on the same salary that shows no sign of increase anywhere in the future under this administration." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your 2 cents shared, remember to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN Eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. Rechanging the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight, our Eyesore reporter submitted the different historical flags of Grenada from 1875 to present. The first flag from 1875 to 1903 was blue, bearing the first colonial badge of Grenada. The second, from 1903 to 1967, was again blue, bearing the second colonial badge of Grenada. The third flag from 1967 to 1974 was a horizontal tricolor of blue, yellow, and green bands with a nutmeg on a white oval at the center. And from 1974 to now, our current national flag of red, green, and gold, bearing 7 stars and a nutmeg. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
The last one looks the best to me. What do you think? This is News at 7. We have more when we come back.
What are you looking for? Top quality copy paper, linen paper, bond paper maybe, or lunch bags, maybe a gift set, or maybe you're just not sure. Then visit us today. K&R Bookstore. We are so much more than your regular bookstore. Visit us at the corner of Scotch and Young Street, or give us a call 420-5307 or 321-3500. K&R Bookstore. Convenience, quality, excellent prices.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Have you ever felt the need to give back to your vegetable or flower garden, lawn, potted plants, or planters? The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is pleased to introduce the new Home Garden Composter. A neat, efficient, quick and easy start to home composting. Get great value from your food scraps, grass, lawn clippings, paper waste and animal manure through home composting. When you do, you will be returning valuable nutrients to the earth rather than discarding at the landfills. Get started with a home garden composter, now available at Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, and let your home garden composter make your gardening dreams come true.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable, always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load with tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. Can't wait. No packets too big, too small. Cannot wait to ship with tropical. No packets too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787 or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
Cabinet has approved the implementation of the HYPE mentorship program. This program will act as a support system for young people in conflict with the law. Chrislyn John reports.
The court system is overwhelmed with matters involving young people. This is of concern to the Ministry of Social Development as they embark on a program intended to curb such ills. Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Chrislyn Charles, says the HYPE program intends to provide mentorship to young people in conflict with the law, children with behavioral issues, and children who are at risk. The secondary target beneficiaries, according to the PS, are volunteer children, families, schools, and communities.
Too much of our young persons are at court. Too much of our young persons. Normally, sometimes when we pass, let's say on a Wednesday or so, you see our Fridays. Sometimes it's Fridays on different courts. The amount of children that we see standing there going into court. So we have an obligation for our young persons.
She explained the expected benefits of the program.
National HYPE Mentoring Program is intended to create a strong and meaningful connection that can positively influence youth development and facilitate their transition to adulthood. The program will assist youths to harness confidence, innate abilities, and support the drive to fulfill their potential. Every child living in Grenada will be supported to lead a crime-free life and make a positive contribution to society. And the need for delivery of therapeutic interventions on a one-on-one basis as children will be at different stages of development and maturity. Hence, the juvenile justice policy provides specific guidelines which form basis of prevention activities within the HYPE mentoring program.
The Grand Bacolet Juvenile and Rehabilitation Center was established with similar intent. However, many believe that it has not lived up to its expectation. Both Minister Thomas and PS Chrislyn Charles came in defense of this notion, noting that there are positive outcomes from the institution.
Bacolet may not have lived up to its expectations. It may not be an accurate statement in some ways because we have a lot of positive coming out from Bacolet. As with every other centers, we have gaps. So I want us to understand that, it's complementary. Right? We are all working together, to assist our young persons on their journey for positive development.
Expectation, you may ask what expectation, because there are a number of young persons who went to Bacolet, came out different than when they went. The behavioral pattern they had before, they no longer had it. They were able to go back to the school and did well at CXC. Some are not even at college, I remember. And we agree that there are gaps and there will always be challenges in any institution, especially one where you're dealing with young people with behavioral issue.
Lena John, GBN News.
6 new vehicles were handed over to the Community Division of Nursing and Environmental Health on Tuesday by the Ministry of Health and Hospital Services. These are being provided under a project funded by the World Bank. The project, which costs just under $1 million, aims to assist Grenada in strengthening its health system amidst the COVID-19 virus. The vehicles will assist nurses attached to the COVID-19 team in getting to and from various COVID-19 testing sites on time, as well as nurses who have to conduct community visits to bedridden and elderly persons. Minister for Health Nicholas Steele explains.
What we have today is not just simply the handing over of vehicles, but what we have today is a recognition that health and healthcare in our communities is about getting our nurses, our doctors, and our healthcare providers to the people in the communities, getting the medical stores to the people in the communities. So this greatly facilitates the people-to-people contact. These vehicles aren't the solution. These vehicles facilitate those who solve the problems. These vehicles get our dear nurses into our communities who have since March been out there on the front lines 24/7, 7 days a week, including Christmas, New Year's, various holidays.
The keys for the vehicles were handed over to the various departments at a ceremony at the ministerial complex on Tuesday. Minister for Hospital Services Delma Thomas says this will help improve the community nursing program.
There are increasing demand from our community health people as the government expands surveillance, monitoring, and testing. Despite the many challenges and in spite of sometimes severe resource limitations, our community health team has done well in assisting us in dealing with the whole issue of the COVID-19 pandemic and other health issues that confront us as a nation. These new vehicles here this morning will give our team a greater capacity to interface with the community in an efficient and timely manner.
Stay with us. The weather and sports up next.
At Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a Communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal. Join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made.
Calypso fans, the 9 finalists to challenge the reigning independence Calypso monarch Sean Nas, the Silver Serpent, on Friday, February 5th at the National Stadium have been selected. Admission is free from the comfort of your homes. Will Silver Serpent hold on to the reign, or will the crown change heads as Sheldon Douglas, Anthony Darius, Croqueta, Jermaine Simon, Teddy Christopher, Philanda Jeffrey, Alicia Alexis, Edison Francis, and Anthony Etienne all vie for the coveted crown. Time alone will tell, so join the National Celebrations Committee in what promises to be an evening of great calypsos. Carried live on GIS Channel 22, the National Celebrations Committee, and GIS Facebook pages and YouTube channels. Remember the date, Friday, February 5th, 6 p.m. The virtual staging of the 2021 Independence Calypso Monarch, building together a safer, more resilient nation in these challenging times.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Taking a look at the weather for this evening. Tonight's minimum temperature, 22.5 degrees Celsius, so definitely chilly, partly cloudy and windy with light isolated showers. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Moderate haze. Seas moderate to rough, waves 7 to 9 feet in open water. A high surf and marine advisories are in effect. Tides are high at 7 p.m. and low at 2 a.m. Looking ahead to Wednesday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy, with light to moderate showers increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight. Moderate haze. On Thursday, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy, with light to moderate showers in the morning and overnight. Moderate haze again. And on Friday, we're looking at mostly fair and windy with light to moderate morning showers. That's it for your weather forecast right here on GBN News.
Good evening, sporting fans. I'm Trellona Charles. It is just days away from the official start of the CG Insurance Super 50 Cup. The tournament is scheduled to commence on Sunday, and the Windward Islands franchise, the Volcanoes, had been in Grenada training for the last couple months. Emmanuel Stewart, wicketkeeper and batsman for the Windward Islands Volcanoes, spoke on the challenges they faced ahead of the Cricket West Indies Regional Super 50 Cup.
Prep been good. It's been difficult for that 7-month lockdown, to get into a routine and program, given that that uncertainty of tournaments and such. But as soon as a date was released by Cricket West Indies, that became easier. Routines for training and workouts became, a bit easier. So I was able to settle into that well. Joining the team, coming from Barbados from school. It was pretty good fun joining up with the boys, meeting up with the boys again after that duration. So I got straight into the work, and prep been going fine now for the tournament. So I'm just looking forward to it, and looking forward to have a successful tournament for the Windward Island Volcanoes, and contribute to a win, to wins, and hopefully win the tournament.
He said one challenge is that of players coming from the 4 islands building a chemistry as a unit.
I think it's kind of difficult for guys coming from the different territories. We are the Windward Islands, the franchise is based in Grenada. Guys are coming from St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica, and having to gel here as a team. But I think what's important is the fact that we spend a lot of time together, off the field. Guys are spending time in apartments together, getting to know one another off the field. And I think that transcends into the game on the field, and that's been working well for us. So the boys have been gelling well, and I think it's just for us to be clear on our plans and be able to execute on any given day.
Meanwhile, Grenada's Preston McSween is making his return to the Cricket West Indies Regional Super 50 Cup.
Actually, this is my first appearance in the Super 50. I haven't played Super 50 cricket since under 19. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a challenge, but challenge always there to accept, and I'm willing to go, back myself, bring along my teammates with me, because they look up to me very much and they're looking for me to set the tone. So I'm looking forward to the experience.
Leeward Islands Hurricanes bowl off the first game at CCG on February 7th against the Windward Islands Volcanoes. Preston, in the lead up to tournament, said he had been seeking to improve his overall performance.
Generally, for me, basically, I use the opportunity to do a lot of observing, a lot of question asking, asking different questions to better my game, because I've been out of professional cricket for a while. Cricket has evolved eventually, so I know to myself that, you require more than just skill and good balls and good performance. And I know within myself that once I get the right concept and I get a good start, it's going to be a very good tournament for me.
That's it for sports. Up next, Around the Globe. Tonight we take a probe around the globe to see what's happening. In a communique emanating from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, Guyana's western neighbor has fully rejected statements made by President Irfan Ali on the border issue. More from Wendell Badri.
In its statement posted to the website of the Ministry of External Affairs of Venezuela, the government claims that the Ali administration is partaking in an inexplicable setup in conjunction with U.S. multinational ExxonMobil. The statement also claims that Ghana's president is uttering infamies against Venezuela and is further placing itself as a victim of the Spanish-speaking country on the basis of unsustainable speculations and inconceivable arguments under the false premise of aggression. The official statement from the country also proffered that the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela ratifies that it will defend its territory and its legitimate rights over Essequibo, Guyana, in strict adherence to international law and the Geneva Agreement of 1966. In this sense, Venezuela reaffirms its offer to the Cooperative Republic of Ghana to engage in a sincere and transparent dialogue based on good faith, as well as to establish a respectful and sincere bilateral integral relationship, free of lies, biased pretenses, and dangerous manipulations. On Saturday, during an address to the nation, His Excellency Mohammed Irfan Ali reiterated a series of events by the Spanish-speaking country, which took place over the past few weeks, beginning with a declaration on January 7, 2021, by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro titled Territory for the Development of the Atlantic Facade, which laid unilateral claims to Ghana's territorial integrity, and leading up to strong condemnation by the international community of the acts meted out to Ghana by its western neighbor.
My fellow Guyanese, I've given you all this detail because I want to stress that not only do we, Guyanese, regard our cause as right and just, but so too does the international community. We have friends.
Ali noted that he was in receipt of a letter from the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, in which he reaffirmed his decision to choose the International Court of Justice, ICJ, as the means to be used for the solution of the controversy. President Ali reiterated that Ghana is fully committed to the ICJ process and therefore will continue to pursue that course. The president also said that Ghana remains open for talks with Venezuela on refugees from that country coming into Ghana, as well as the pandemic, but also had this to say.
However, such discussions, while welcome, especially if the UN Secretary General wishes to play a good officer's role, will have to be preceded by a clear demonstration by Venezuela that it will desist from any further acts of aggression against Guyana, starting with the release of the Guyanese fishermen and their vessels.
Meanwhile, there have been reports that a third fishing vessel has been detained by the Venezuelan authorities, to which Minister Hugh Todd on Saturday on the sidelines of an event at the Artichon Conference Center posited that he is awaiting word from Ghana's embassy in Caracas on the status of that vessel, as there have been unconfirmed reports that the vessel was detained in Venezuelan waters. This newscast engaged the minister on avoidance of recurrences.
Over in Antigua and Barbuda, barring any significant change in the current COVID-19 situation, most schools will remain open pending a discussion at Cabinet on Wednesday. The Ministry of Education is working closely with the Health Ministry to monitor mounting cases of COVID-19 in the country. ABS's Jamie J. Rocha is tracking this development.
I bring to the attention of the public that we would have closed, as of today, 2 schools, the 2 schools in Barbuda, because of a situation there.
Education Director Claire Brown speaking with ABS News Monday afternoon. He says there are 291 students and over 30 teachers at the schools on the Sister Isle. The Ministry of Education is closely monitoring rising cases of the coronavirus in Antigua and Barbuda. Director Brown and Education Minister, the Honorable Darrell Matthew, says so far the Health Ministry has not recommended the closure of all schools.
We do have the support of the Antigua and Barbuda Union of Teachers to keep schools open for the next 48 hours.
But they say the situation is fluid and could change at any moment.
And so once the science tells us that we have to take a particular action, the Ministry of Education will not hesitate to take it.
The Education Minister says as a father, he is also concerned about his children's safety in school. He says he and Director Brown are in frequent contact with the Health Ministry. They discussed the issue with Chief Medical Officer Dr. Rhonda C.D. Thomas around 10 Sunday night.
Some very clear and simple questions were asked. Do we have any students that have tested positive for COVID? And the answer was no.
But the officials reveal a couple of teachers have contracted the virus and are now in isolation.
One teacher on Barbuda and another teacher on Antigua.
He said the teacher in Antigua had not been at school for the last 14 days, so that case did not trigger the school's closure. Director Brown also shares this development.
We would have received from the surveillance and epidemiological unit this morning 11 names of students who are on quarantine as of today.
The director says these are all students in Antigua. Following the interview, the Health Ministry revealed the number in quarantine has risen to 14. 6 in primary school, 7 in secondary school, and 1 at Antigua State College. The education officials are assuring the public safety protocols at the education institutions significantly minimize the spread of the virus. Nonetheless, they continue to monitor the situation and stand ready to do whatever is needed to keep students safe. Jamie J. Roche, ABS News.
That's it for tonight's Probe Around the Globe. Stay with us for a reminder of tonight's top stories.
And now a recap of this evening's headlines. NDC political leader warns that the increase in flour and poultry feed will have dire consequences for several sectors. ECCU moves to adopt 2 new frameworks for the banking sector. Successful low-income house applicants to pay more to secure homes. Today we highlighted the Grenada dove, the national dove, Leptotila welsey, as part of Grenada's independence and its history. In Around the Globe, Venezuela rejects statement by Guyana's president about borders. In sports, Grenada's Preston McSween starts the CG Super 50 Cup. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television's Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Chrislyn Lashington. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.